randomness.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris and Heather of the Gastlecast with special guest, Lady Dazed. Hey, what's up? We're here. Welcome. It's Sunday. I'm hearing some... You hearing that?
Yeah.
Okay, you need a mic in front of you first.
Oh, well, that's
going to help you, Heather. You got to talk into that thing. Hello, happy Sunday. Welcome, 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 everybody. We have a special guest tonight.
a really special guest.
Really special?
Yeah.
I like the way you talk, Heather.
I know.
I like the way you say things. You say it real good. I like that.
Thanks.
So, Lady Dazed is here. Gwen. And we're going to bring her in right now. There she is. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome.
Hello, Heather. Hello, Chris. Hello,
Hi.
fam.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. You've watched the interviews before. This isn't your first rodeo, I guess?
Nope.
Well, it's her first rodeo in it.
First rodeo being in it, but...
You ever see those, I think it was like Are You Afraid of the Dark maybe had an episode. There were a lot of like the creepier shows where there were episodes where they would get stuck in like books or movies or TV and stuff.
No.
Oh, well, never mind. I'm failing.
Good. That's a great... We just started off this interview perfectly. This is awesome.
I was just saying like she's in the computer.
She is in the computer, that's right. She's locked inside of a computer.
In the show.
So, Lady Dazed, I've seen you all over the interwebs, Instagrams, YouTubes. You're everywhere. You're hanging out with everybody. And now you're here with the Gastlecast. How does it feel?
Great.
Does it really? Are you sure? Are you sure
Yes.
about that? You haven't been here long enough yet. I don't know. You might change your mind. So, what got you started collecting these things? These Funko Pops?
The Walking Dead. I went to Walker Stalker Con
Good
like
choice.
2014, 2015.
Okay.
And they had blind boxes to get a possible signed pop from one of the cast members. So I bought a box of 6, and from there I was hooked.
6?
Yeah, it was for $50, and one of them was signed. And that's actually up there. I have a signed Scott Wilson, well, a signed Herschel from Scott Wilson, and then a signed Glenn. But you can't see him because it's on the window.
That's awesome though.
That's
So
cool.
funny, sad.
Not funny at all.
Not a great story?
Horrible, terrible.
So we went to Walker Stalker a couple years ago. Now, has it been like a year?
2017.
2017.
December 2017.
So like a full year and like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
We went to Walker Stalker Con, the same one that I proposed to Heather. I have to say that every time. It's in my agreement with Heather. We actually were waiting to meet Michael Rooker, a.k.a. Yondu, a.k.a. Merle. And beside him was, what's his name?
Scott Wilson.
Scott Wilson, yeah, or Herschel. And he had nobody in his line, and it was the saddest looking thing I'd ever seen. And we hadn't picked up our headless Herschel yet. And that's what we would have gotten signed. But we had to run over and meet Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, I just wanted to go meet him and get like a
a
picture
signed
and
photo
say
or
hi.
something. Yeah. But
No,
that
I
did
just
not
wanted
happen.
a picture.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
No.
So now we will never get our chance to do that. So,
Yeah.
womp, womp, womp. Where's that? Here it is.
So you don't have a headless Herschel?
What's that?
You don't have a headless Herschel?
We do now.
So jealous.
After that, Heather and I, I found one online and did a trade, and it came in the worst box ever. Heather beat the absolute crap out of me.
Verbally, not physically.
Well, I don't know. So we're gonna get there. We're gonna talk about that.
Always
I'm joking.
make
Stop it.
Sound like I'm beating
no,
you
you're
up.
not beating
Good
me up.
God.
Anyway, we ended up getting a better box like later on down the road. So
Yeah,
now we have a
Chrissy
pretty
gifted
pristine
it
box.
to us.
That's right. I forgot about
She
that.
won it. She entered something, and I think she put like $4 in, and she won
Oh, it was in England too. It was an England raffle thing.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. She's
Anyway,
like the best.
enough about us. We talk about ourselves all the time. So you got into Walking Dead, and now you have. So how many Walking Dead pops do you have? Or you have a pretty good collection of Walking Dead pops?
I don't know how many specifically, but it is the bulk of my collection. I have that and a bunch of horror and some Marvel, and that's mostly.
Interesting.
I only have like 100 pops, so I'm not like everybody else. I did collect figs and stuff before I got into pops. So
Cool. What figs?
I have like the 10-inch McFarlane Walking Dead figs. I have some Movie Maniacs.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So you had some pretty. So that's before you even started collecting Funko Pops.
Yeah.
When did you? So your very first Funko Pop. I was going to ask when's the first one you bought, but it was in the blind box, right? So you bought the blind box at Walker Stalker. You opened it up and you looked at it and said, "What the hell is this?"
Well, I mean, I had known of it. A couple of my friends had collected them, so I knew like what they were, but they really weren't like not my thing. It's just not something I had. But again, I love The Walking Dead, so I was like anything with a signature from one of the characters. Yes, I'm all about it. But yeah, I didn't know from there the craziness that would have become Funko.
You're getting into like saying that you have 100 of anything because you go, oh yeah, I'm not crazy, I only have 100. I mean, having 100 of anything is pretty crazy on its own too, I think.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, when we tell people we have nearly, in fact, we went to dinner last night and we told a family friend we had near 1,000, and I think a piece of food actually dropped out of his mouth. His whole jaw basically hit the table, and he was like, what?
I think you need to start like finding out a couple that you want to like.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm so glad we're having this conversation. I found one earlier, and I go, hey, do you want this one? It has been sitting inside of my R2-D2 back there for months.
Why is it in your R2-D2?
It was just sitting there in a box, and I go, Heather, do you want this? Do you want to trade it off? You want to do something? Oh yeah, I'm on it. Just keep it. I was like, but you don't even look at it. Why do you want? So now you're here telling me I gotta get rid of stuff.
Well, you have like 80% of the collection, and I have like 20.
Oh my god. See, this is how it works. I get beat up all the time. This is what I'm talking about. So what is your Grail pop? What is your number one?
Well, my Grail pop that I thought I would never ever own, because again, I had gotten a Funko after these were already vaulted, and it's from my buddy James, who I see is in the chat, so I'm going to thank you again, James. It is the Frankenfurter from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. This is a line I never even thought I would start, just because how expensive some of them are, especially him. So yes, he didn't even tell me. This was a complete surprise.
That's awesome.
This is one of my favorite movies. It's great.
Yeah, I've never. So, am I weird? I've never seen it. I've never watched that film.
No, you're not weird. It's very eclectic.
You watched it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It's
so
good.
It's
I
my
like
understanding, and you can either one of you can correct me. You go to the theater and see it because they'll still play it in theaters, and there are different things that you do at certain times when people say stuff.
Yes. Certain bits. It's a musical, in case you didn't know.
Okay.
A lot of singing in it, and these certain parts of the songs, people throw like rolls of toilet paper, your popcorn. You go and you just make a big old mess. It's a good time.
That's awesome. So you've done this?
Yeah.
That's
fun.
Hilarious. Okay, interesting. So
people dress up too as the characters, which I'm all about. Any reason for me to like dress up, I'm about it.
That's so much fun.
have you dressed as that character?
No.
That'd be a kind of a weird costume, I think.
I think it would be great.
No, I'm just saying it's an interesting costume because I've seen.
I think
like,
you should do it
screenshots
for
of it.
Halloween this year.
Oh my god! Nobody, listen. Nobody wants to see that. I'm not going to do that to people. That's a form of torture in some countries. So,
some fishnets. That might be a thing. People enjoy seeing. At least one picture. Just one picture.
The cellulite in my legs and buttocks. You just don't want to see that. So, Walking Dead. So, did you get into Walking Dead as soon as it came on television? Did you get into the comic books? I mean, where did Walking Dead come into your life?
I've always been a fan of like zombie movies and Romero and like survival horror in general. So the second it came that I heard there was going to be a TV show about a zombie apocalypse, I didn't even know it was a comic at this point. Okay. I just heard about the show, so I started watching the show, and then from there I started collecting the comics.
Cool.
Everything. I have the replica Michonne sword too.
Ooh, that is cool.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Holy crap. Where did you get that?
Wow.
My husband got it for me for Christmas.
That is
He actually made me wrap it. He said it was a fishing pole for him. But he actually tricked me into wrapping my own Christmas present, and then Christmas when they handed it to me. Got a sword for Christmas.
It's a fishing pole. That's the greatest story ever. I love that. I think that's great. And meanwhile, it's a sword.
Yeah.
That's kind of a weird transition.
A little different from a fishing pole.
Yeah, right. So Walking Dead is interesting how it entered my life too. I remember seeing a preview for it, and I did not know it was a comic either until a friend told me. But I loved zombie films since I was a kid, and the reason why is because my mom, by the way, thanks Mom, she watches every episode. Thank you Mom for doing this to me, because it was scarring as a kid, but now I'm glad she did it. She sat me through Day of the Dead when I was about 7 years old. She's like, I love horror movies. It's not scary. Come and watch it. I went down there. I watched that film. They literally rip like people apart in that movie. And there's like intestines everywhere. I mean, it's like really gnarly. And she sat me in front of the TV and we watched that. And I remember, I think my eyes actually popped out of my head. She had to put them back in. And I might have urinated myself. It was pretty bad. And I remember I slept on their floor for months after that. I just couldn't even handle it.
Are you kidding?
Dead serious. Listen, I was 17 years old. Give me a break. No, I think I was about 8 years old or 7, something like that. But she threw it on, and man, it changed my life. It really did. It scared the crap out of me, but it made me love it that much more because it scared the crap out of me. Is that weird?
No.
Yeah. So I love zombie films. I'll watch anything zombie now.
Me too. And Day of the Dead's good, but Dawn of the Dead is what got me into myself. Like, the movies, it's not even the zombies that are like the scariest part. It's like humans in general. When the crap hits the fan, the things they'll do to like survive. That's the best part of zombie horror movies, in my opinion.
I agree. It's the human aspect. The zombies become less monsters than the humans do.
Yep.
So, who's your favorite character? Walking Dead.
In The Walking Dead?
Past and present.
Okay. Can I say 3? This is too hard of a question.
Go ahead.
I love Michonne, and I really love Daryl, who's not in the comics, but it didn't matter. He was great. But Negan, I know people hate him, and I don't understand why. Like, even in the comics, he's written just you want to hate him, but you just can't.
No, because if the tables were turned and we were watching from Negan's perspective, Rick would be Negan.
Right.
Basically. So, I mean...
True, but Rick never lined people up and, like, killed them like that.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, if things got hardcore, he would probably do something crazy like that.
Well, Negan...
What I'm saying, the threat aspect.
No, I understand, and
we don't need to have like an in-depth.
I'm not going to analyze this, but
you are, though.
I'm just saying, Rick did do some pretty gnarly things.
Yeah.
He ripped that guy's throat out. He bit into his throat, but his kid was about to be like, that guy was messing with his kid. I would have bit somebody's throat out like that too.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Biting throats.
Yeah.
Coming for that throat. So you said Michonne. You said Negan. Did you name another?
Daryl.
Do you watch Rides?
No. I've seen a few episodes, but I don't make sure I watch it. I don't get all. You do?
Oh my god, I love that show. It's just, I don't know what it is. I'm a big documentary guy. I love documentaries more than I love anything. And it's like a little miniature documentary every week, and I just think they do a brilliant job with it. When I originally saw the preview for that show, I was like, oh, this is how, what's his name? What's the guy who plays Daryl?
Norman Reedus?
Norman Reedus. This is Norman Reedus going after another payday, but it's not like that at all.
No.
You could tell it's a passion project, and it's real.
Yeah.
Which I like. That's what I like about it the most. Yeah, I think it's great.
I've met Norman Reedus. He's nice.
You have?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We've actually pressed bodies. We hugged. It was great.
I'm jealous.
Oh, no. I'm jealous,
I'm really jealous.
I'm so jealous.
Chris wishes he could make a Daryl sandwich with me. We both hug him on different sides.
I don't know how I feel about that. What do you mean? Oh, Daryl. Let's make a sandwich together.
Yeah, I don't even care if he's filthy, like in the show, like he looks like he hasn't showered in like a month. I'd still hug him.
I know. Heather, I know. But in real life, he smelled just fine. But he seems smaller than he does on the big screen.
Really? I could see that.
He just looks dirty all the time, even even off the show. He just looks kind of like he has that cool, badass, unkept look.
For whatever reason, he always has his hair like right here, and I'm like,
it makes him more mysterious.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
No,
you can't see that eye. You don't know where it's looking. It's on its own. It's doing its own thing.
I really. Do you watch Talking Dead?
Yes.
I think that's a lot of fun to see how they sort of are off the screen.
Agreed.
Because when you're seeing their characters, they are that character, right. But off the screen you get to sort of see who they are and how they speak and stuff. And what really always freaks me out, not so much anymore, but it is when you see someone who has a completely different accent than in the show. I know. Like Maggie's probably like the biggest shocker for me, because she sort of has that little bit of Southern accent. Yep. And then in real life, she's like straight up English. And Jesus too. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. I like it. It's just really strange. It is strange. Like I thought I knew you, but I don't. You Jesus. Did. I thought I knew. I thought I knew you. Where did Lady Dazed come from?
That was my gamer moniker on PSN because I used to play on my husband's account all the time, and I have a really thick, especially when I'm gaming, the potty mouth comes out, and my thick Chicago accent comes out, so I was always mistaken for a boy, like a little boy. Like they would be like, "Shut up, little kid! Like get out of the lobby." And so I was like, I gotta make my own count. And Dazed and Confused is one of my favorite movies, so I put Lady in front of Dazed. That's how that happened. So my gamer tag.
That's not a bad way to come up with a name.
You would be man going on 30. Because you like 13 going on 30 and you're not a lady, you're a man.
No, it would be man going on 60 because I'm already past 30.
But that your favorite movie?
Okay. That worked out brilliantly, Heather. Thanks for that one. That was great. Hold on. We had to at least have one of those in here.
A meat merp.
So you collect Walking Dead, and you said Marvel. So why Marvel? Because Walking Dead and horror makes sense as a pair. But Marvel in there as well? Are you an MCU fan?
Hold on. Have you seen my shirt tonight? Because I have Marvel and Walking Dead on my shirt.
Yeah, I know.
So why give her?
I'm not giving.
Black. Heather's literally sporting the combo on her shirt.
I approve.
Oh, no, I approve of it. I'm asking why? Because if she collects Walking Dead and horror,
listen, it was a joke. Don't be so serious. Why? Why Lady Dazed? Why the combo?
I like Marvel.
That's an easy one. No, that wasn't really my question. So my question was, are you into the Marvel films, or are you like a Marvel comic reader?
Oh, I read the comics long before there were films. I have an uncle who just was into like Star Trek and comic books, and so my whole life he would gift me these things, and he just made sure that all his nieces and nephews were like him.
That's pretty cool, though. I didn't have any younger family members that were into comic books, so I was sort of on my own as a kid. I remember I watched a lot of the cartoons, never read the actual comics, maybe like one here and there. But I kind of wish I did, so I would have more of an understanding of some of the characters that do appear on screen. Are you like the type to go to the movies and watch every Marvel film that comes out, or are you that hardcore with it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I love that. That's probably my favorite thing. Probably one of my favorite things to do is to go to the theater and see a Marvel film. I love that. It's torture for Heather, but I love it.
It isn't torture for me. I enjoy it.
At first, you really were against it. You're like, I don't know if I want to.
Well, because you. So when him and I got together, we came up with an agreement because we were talking one night, and he was like, "Oh my God, you've never seen a Marvel film?" And I was like, "Oh my God, you've never seen Harry Potter?" So we decided, like, hey, you're gonna watch the Harry Potters, and I'm gonna watch the Marvels. Well,
there's a trade.
He barely paid attention to the Harry Potter films, and I paid attention to all the Marvel that he showed me, but they could keep coming out with like all this Marvel stuff, and I have nothing to like show him. Wow. So it's like unfair. That's the only reason I pouted about
Are you a Harry Potter fan by any chance?
I've not read any of the books. I've seen the movies, and my daughter's a huge fan. So
okay, yeah. So for me, it was hard. So Heather watched the movies and read the books growing up. And the first couple of films are very
hard to watch.
Kid, child-centric. I mean, for good reason, because they were made for kids, right? So it was hard for me to get into that, not having watched it when I was younger. Yeah. I never really got into them. So it was kind of different. Marvel was always kind of like for the adult teen crowd, I guess, Yeah,
well, with Harry Potter, the movies didn't come out until I was a bit older. But when I was reading the books, I want to say the first book, I was like a year or two older than Harry. But I sort of grew up. Like, I feel like
you're Harry Potter now.
Pretty much.
You are Harry Potter.
No, I was like somewhat in the same age range as I was reading the books.
Oh, I got you. So you're literally following the story.
Yeah, the movies though, I watched those way later. So it was sort of weird watching them because they're like just little kids. They're like 11 years old or something in the first one.
Right.
But for me, it tied the books into it, Yeah, sorry.
Oh, man. I hung in there for that whole thing.
I know.
I did hang in there. That is good husband material. I'm proving a point right now. And all of you guys hanging out here, and you just sat through all that. Congratulations. You won. Your prize was the tail end of that story, which I did not hear because I fell asleep for a second. Always great to hear from Heather.
Thank you.
Thank you, Heather.
Thank you.
So, are you a part of any local Funko groups? We talk about that a lot here. Is that something that you do?
I mean, not really. I have a lot of friends and family who collect it, so I would say we are our own group.
Oh, that's awesome.
We'll fund together.
Okay.
But I'm not involved in any sort of local, like, Funko group now.
Wow, so you have friends and family locally that do all this?
Yeah, a lot of my sisters. I'm one of 8 kids, so that's
8
like
kids?
Yeah.
Oh my God, your parents were busy.
Yeah, they were so bored.
You sounded like it.
But we just grew up, you know, liking all the same things and talking about, like, you know, nerdy stuff. And that's kind of like why I started my YouTube channel, because we don't get to see each other as often. You know, we all have families and, like, you know, jobs and stuff like that. So I needed an outlet to, like, hang out and talk with people.
Awesome.
So that's why I started YouTube.
That's a good outlet. That's a good reason to start out. I wish that we had family that did this, but we do not. It's funny. They don't collect this type of stuff. They're not into a lot of this stuff that we're into, but they're very accepting of it, which makes me feel really, really good.
Yeah, my dad makes fun of us all the time.
But listen. Let me.
No, hold on. Don't interrupt me, please.
No. I wasn't going to interrupt you.
Okay.
I was going to tell you what happened last night because I had a
That's
little story about
what I
that.
was
Oh, you
telling.
were? Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Are you done interrupting me? Okay, cool.
I do it all the time.
So, he is always so judgmental when he comes in and he'll see, like, we'll ask him to put up new shelves. And he's like, oh my God, more shelves? More Funko Pops, are you kidding? And, like, as he's coming down here, he's, like, tripping over Funko Pop boxes on the floor and stuff.
Why do you have all these, he says.
But last night, he was sort of, like, showing us off almost.
He was
like,
promoting
one of
us to a
his
bunch of people.
friends. He was like, yeah, they do this, they call it the Gastlecast, and they talk about these Funko Pops on YouTube, and blah, 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 and it was like he was proud.
He was proud.
Yeah, it was really weird.
He gave me a hug.
He did?
No.
Oh, he gave me a hug.
I can still dream, Heather.
He's not much of a hugger.
No, he's not. He's not a hugger. But it was cool that he was out parading us around a little bit. I thought that was really nice of him.
Yeah,
and
it was funny.
My parents are pretty excited about it, too.
Oh my God, your mom shares, like, every single Gastlecast post on Facebook.
Lovely woman, my mother. What
Every
an
single one of
awesome,
them.
awesome person, my mom. I love her
She's
so
great.
much. She is. Her,
She
and my
shares
father.
all of the Gastlecast.
Let's just talk about how great our family is, okay? Can we have like
can.
15 minutes?
That's nice. I mean, there's people in my life, in my family, who don't get it. Like my mother-in-law, I have a china cabinet in my dining room that's got nothing but Funko Pops in it. And she's like, you know, fine china's supposed to go in there. And I'm like, I don't have fine china. she's like, well, I'll get you some. And then I'm like, well, then where would my Pops go? There's just, you know, there's some people in my life that just don't get it, but I am thankful for the family that, you know.
So, how about you said you have children, right?
Yes.
Are they into the Funko Pop stuff?
My daughter she's a big fan of anime, so she has a lot of anime pops and stuff.
Cool.
And my son likes Star Wars, so he's got a collection of Star Wars. He's not so into it. I mean, he gets them for like Christmas and stuff.
Yeah.
But he's not into them so much. I mean, he displays them in his room, but it's not like something he's really into. He's more into like video games and computers.
Good for him. Because it sounds like me when I was a kid. I still love video games.
Yeah, me too.
I don't get to play them as much. That's the one bummer about being an adult.
Yeah.
You can never find time to play a video game.
I haven't picked up Kingdom Hearts 3 in like probably about 3 full weeks now.
That's a touchy subject. I went out and bought it for her, and she doesn't even play it.
I would play it if
just
we were
went out-
busy. Huh?
I agree with you, Heather. I want that game too, but I recently just got Black Ops 4 and I don't have time to play that either, so I want that game though.
It's
Is it good?
fantastic. Yeah, I love it so far. I'm on the Monsters Inc. world currently. Well, currently 3 weeks ago.
Right.
Currently 3 weeks.
I think the first two, they were great. So when I heard the third was coming out, I was like, yes, but no.
I was adamantly playing Resident Evil 2 on a regular basis, almost every night for a while. And it just totally dropped off for me. I got to get back to it, and I have to beat it. I'm like,
we've
75%
been so
through.
busy with work's been crazy for both of us.
Right.
And then we've been trying to figure out our store stuff for the Gastlecast.
Right.
Wedding stuff.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's just... I'm ready for the wedding to be over, and I'm ready to get, like, the Gastlecast stuff up and running and, like, smooth. Because I think once it's there, it'll be, like, smooth sailing.
It will be smooth. Yeah, right with that.
But, yeah, it's crazy.
So, it's about that time where we bring up a couple questions. Some random questions that I selected. And so we know, thank you. We know they're going to be good because I selected them. Actually, they're horrible. This is possibly the worst 3 questions. I don't know if they're going to be the worst what is the worst transportation in your opinion kind of questions, because wow, first on of the night. But we do have,
it's like 3rd or 4th.
Is it?
Yeah.
But we have 3 questions here, and I did it last minute.
They're not good.
They're not bad though, and I think we can have some good stories come out of this. So question number 1, Lady Dazed, you can get us started.
We've already asked that.
We have asked that?
Yeah.
Oh no! Can you go and select another one?
Nah.
Thank you, Heather. I appreciate all your help. Who was your worst teacher? You don't have to say their name, but you can maybe explain who they were and why they were.
Oh man. You're gonna put me on blast here because I have one of my friend's mom actually still like works with this guy. So,
oh no.
He's not a teacher, he was a principal.
Uh-oh.
And he was terrible. He was just a terrible guy. But what's messed up is how do I say this? Like later in life, a friend of mine's mom ended up marrying this guy.
Oh no.
So
oh no.
I got to see him later in life at a wedding, and he was hitting on me.
Oh no.
It was the most like a surreal moment of my life. Like here was this guy I thought I'd never have to see again, ever, because I'm graduating and I'll never have to see him again. And yeah, he was just a terrible person in life. And then I got to see him later in life, and he hit on me and was rude, and he was just like he was in school.
He hit on you and was rude. Isn't that nice? He was rude and then hit. What an animal. What is he doing? Why are you making that face?
He just sounds horrible.
He was a horrible person. Still a horrible person. As far as teachers go, I don't have any teachers that like came, just the principal. I really would have no teachers that been terrible.
So were you meaning that you got hit on when you were in school?
No.
Okay.
No.
I was
in school, he was
weird.
a terrible person, and he always called me by my last name. And the way he said, not just me, like my siblings, he would call us all by the last name. And the way he said it was just very like rude, like we were not a good family or something like that. And again, I thought I'd never see this guy again in my life until I was at a wedding and he was there because he was the stepfather of the bride.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Heather?
I mean, I haven't really had any, like, bad teachers. I don't think. I did have a teacher who was, like, a big pushover, and that sort of sucked. She was a pre-algebra teacher.
Okay.
And I was a freshman in her class, but, like, I was literally one of 2 9th graders. And then everyone else was in 11th and 12th grade. Because for whatever reason, they put her with, like, the crappy kid. They weren't, like, stupid kids.
Okay.
But they were in, like, a lower level class because they were so, like, just crappy. they were like rude to the teacher and like
they were just
didn't
not
care.
good students.
Yeah, they were
Okay.
horrible students, and she like within a week or two of school just like gave up.
Gave up?
Yeah,
She's
it
a
was,
teacher
like,
for crying out loud.
I
What's she doing
know.
giving up?
We didn't like have much work ever. Like it was just a horrible class.
So that's okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's your bad teacher. So
It wasn't like bad. It was just like she
my
wasn't good.
my worst teacher story would be there was a teacher. He was a history teacher, and he was such an a-hole. I mean, he really was. He was just not a nice person. He was the type that gave you book work, and then he'd sit down at the front and just not do anything. Literally do nothing. He'd be like, go in chapter, blah, 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 you do this, do this, do this. Then he would have you, after you do your book work, then he would ask to go around the class and do the answers and all this kind of stuff. But it was like, you know, the guy in the first seat would go, and then the second guy would go, and third, fourth, fifth, until the full class was like done answering out loud, just like a tiny bit. People hated this guy so much. He had a podium at the front of the classroom that he would like kind of stand at and talk. Somebody threw it out the window.
Oh God!
Somebody was so mad at him, they threw his podium out the window. Then one day they took like his like books, like he had like notes and stuff. They put it in this. There was a sink in his room, and I don't know why, but they pushed it inside the sink and turned the water on.
Oh my God!
They hated this guy, and he was just like so, like just nasty to people for no reason. I mean, there's no reason to act like that. But the worst story is that I don't know if I should even say this. It would be the worst class for this to even occur, but somebody was yanking on themselves under the desk in the classroom, right? And that teacher caught them hogging off in the classroom.
What was he looking at?
Oh, and they caught the same kid on the school bus doing it. He just couldn't stop.
Oh my! So it's like
He was like a machine.
He just had to take care of it at
No,
any time.
I think that they said all they heard was this. Under the desk. Seriously, that's all they heard. And it was like him, and he was like going like this, they said. He was like kind of behind, like in the very back, like kind of leaned over. Like, if you gotta hog off in the classroom, you got a real issue on your hands.
Yeah,
as a human being. Oh, Nerdy Treasures, thank you very much. You gave sent us a donation. Thank you. That's beautiful of you. You're so awesome.
You're awesome, JC.
And thank you. And by the way, he says Marvel Zombies will be an amazing film, and I agree with that. That would be cool.
Absolutely.
I would love.
agree.
What if films would be kind of cool, like just something a little different. So, the second question I have, I already know my answer to this. What is the stupidest way you've hurt yourself?
It is the way I've hurt myself. I don't know. I've never really like broke anything, or I have terrible knees. I have watery cartilage where like it doesn't hold the cap in place.
Oh God.
So I'll literally like sometimes just turn and it'll pop out of place and get swollen for a few days.
Oh.
Ow.
I guess it's kind of stupid. I don't do much and it gets hurt.
By the way, that's the most hardcore metal band name I've ever heard. Watery Cartilage. That'd be like the best. That would be my metal band name.
There's a technical term for it. I don't remember what it's called, but
no, I like the way they worded it. That was brilliant. It grossed me out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but it was perfect, right on point. Heather, do you want me to go first or you? I think we both know what mine is.
Yeah, I'll go next.
You'll go next.
No, after you.
No, go ahead. What's yours?
No, after you is what I meant.
Okay. Years and years and years ago, I was about 16, 17 years old. I was in high school. And my buddies and I went to the mall, local mall. It started raining outside. And now it was a race to get to the car. I was a little bit of a chunker. I think that's a nice way of saying it. I was a little chunky on the chunky side. And I ran, and there was a divot, like a crack in the road. My foot went down into said crack when I was running, My leg, of course, as you're moving, it came down and it cracked, literally cracked a part of my foot, the bone off of my foot. And now it's floating around inside of my foot. And I'm running and I'm like, ow! And I get in the car and my shoe was pushed completely out. I had broken my foot by running. Running! I was not doing anything special. I wasn't jumping. I wasn't doing backflips or cartwheels. I was literally running and broke my foot. I ran and broke my foot.
That's really bad.
Oh, and then, so what ended up happening was, I go home, and the guy, like the person I was hanging out with, he was like, yeah, man, he goes, you don't have a broken foot. I think you just have a sprain. It's just a sprain. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah, I couldn't walk on it. I ended up falling asleep in complete pain. And when Monday rolled around to go to school, I told my mother, I was like, I cannot go to school. We have to get this looked at. Took me to the doctor, and I had a big old cast on, baby. It was really embarrassing. The only cast I've ever had to wear my whole life.
Wow.
Yeah. And what was worse is I didn't wear the little shoe, like the front shoe part. So I had my little toes sticking out of the front of the cast, and I'm like going up the stairs, and this dude walks by. Such an a-hole move. He said something like, oh, I like those, he goes, oh, you got those little sausages sticking out of there. And I was like, I was so mad going up those stairs. I referred to my little toes as sausages. It really made me mad. It really made me upset. Heather, what's the dumbest way that you got injured?
Well, I'm sure I can think of more later, but right now I have one that happened somewhat recently. It happened over the summer. I went to buy dog food at PetSmart, and I feed my dogs dry food with like a little bit of wet food. Like, I think the three of them, we had three, well, my dad had three of them at the time. They would go through a can about this big a day.
Wow.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Just some background that doesn't matter.
Right. Makes it taste good.
So, I went to PetSmart, and I got a cart, because when we get dog food, I'll, like, load up and get, like, $80 or $90 worth.
Okay.
And then my sister will, like, take care of it next time. We have, like, this thing going on. So anyway, got a cart to get all this dog food, putting all these cans in the cart, and then I start to push the cart, and I left the flap for the where the kids sit.
Yeah.
I left that down, and I had dog food right here. As soon as I started to push the cart, dog food rolled out, hit my foot. I was wearing flip-flops.
Oh, that's painful.
You would not believe how bad that hurt. I saw stars.
Oh.
I saw stars from a stupid can of dog food falling on my foot.
I remember you came home.
Really
I thought
bad.
You broke something.
Yeah, I was effed up.
You really messed your foot up that day.
Yeah, it was bad.
That was kind of stupid.
I know. I feel your pain, Heather. I've dropped a can of soup on my toe. It's painful.
Oh man.
You have to put the flap up, Heather.
I know. I didn't realize it was down. I normally always have it
Flaps up. Flaps down means trouble.
Another one. I forgot about it.
Who's the DJ that says that? Another one?
DJ Khaled.
Yeah, DJ Khaled.
I forgot about it. Listen to this one. Listen to this one. Listen to this one.
I want it to be a quick one.
Okay. I was unloading the dishwasher, went to put a steak knife. It was one of the big wooden steak knife, like the really thick wood handle with the thick, like, steel blade. It slipped out of my hand somehow, landed on my toe, blade down. It cut my toe skin, like, behind my nail, and it cut into my nail.
Oh!
And there was a mark. Thank goodness it didn't go all the way through the nail, but, like, it really cut deep in the nail.
Oh.
Blood everywhere, and the nail didn't grow out for a full, like, 9 or 10 months. It was crazy.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it was awful.
You didn't have one nail?
No, I had the nail.
But it did. Oh, you mean it didn't grow out the little bad part?
Yeah. The cut didn't grow out. Yeah.
When I was
the
a
nail
kid,
stayed on though.
Speaking of nails, the grossest and scariest thing to me is nails coming off, like completely.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever had that? Because I remember as a kid, there were a couple of kids in class that had removed their fingernail somehow.
Yeah, my thumbnail fell off once from getting slammed in a car door.
So what do you do? Like, what do you do? Now you have no fingernail. Now it's just the bloody, weird skin under there. What are you, wrapping it with something? What are you doing?
Yeah, you just keep that thing covered because the skin under there is so sensitive. They grow back fast though. At least for me, it grew back really fast. So
like what's fast?
Like, I don't know, like a week probably.
Oh, you grew your nail back in a week? You're like Wolverine.
Well, my nails grow kind of fast to begin with, but yeah, it hurt like hell.
Oh my god!
And also beforehand, this is gonna sound so gross, but so it gets all black and bloody underneath before it actually falls off, right? And at one point, there was like this little like I don't even know what you call it, like a little part of my nail that was kind of coming off on the side, and anytime you squeezed this, it would literally like shoot blood.
Oh my god!
Until it fell off.
Everything about that sounds horrible.
Maybe that is the dumbest way I've injured myself, getting it slammed in a car door. But in my defense, I didn't slam it on my finger. Somebody else slammed it on my finger.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, rude.
Anything with fingernails bleeding or the fingernail being off the finger, exposing the skin, like that, I don't think I could think of anything worse.
I don't know. I have a weird thing about teeth. I always have the dreams where, like, my teeth fall out.
Yeah,
Heather! I just had one of those the other day. I can't stand them. Why? I hear that's like a thing, like you can't, there's things in your life you can't control, so that's what that dream means.
Really?
But that is literally the most terrifying dream I've ever had.
It's awful. I don't like to be chased in my dreams, and I don't like my teeth falling out, and I have those all the time.
You ever had the chase dreams where your legs weigh like 1,000,000 pounds and you're trying really hard to get where you're going?
It's like you're in slow motion.
I sometimes have a chase dream where I'm not running, I'm flying. And by flying, I mean I'm like flapping my arms, but I'll be really slow. Yeah, it's weird.
The dream I have that kind of happens all the time. And the other night I had this dream, but it was meta. It was like sort of a meta version of that dream. It's where I can't find my classroom at school.
Yeah.
I'm back in high school. I need to go to my next class, and I don't know what class it is. But my last dream, I was thinking, or I was talking to somebody about having that dream. Yeah. In my dream.
So it's like you knew that you have those dreams, right, but it was happening.
But then it did happen.
Yeah.
Like as I'm telling somebody about it, then it happened. It was really meta and really weird. So the next and last question: what is an animal that you're afraid of?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really scared of like it. I mean, if I was out in the wilderness and there was like a big grizzly bear, I would very much be afraid that something might happen. But there's not really a particular animal that I've ever really feared.
You fear?
She feels. I know some people don't like birds because they don't like birds, and I know some people, but I don't really have an animal.
She has no fears, Heather.
I know she's really tough.
She's gone complete beast mode.
Yeah, well, she's a beast.
I never said I didn't have fears. I said there's not an
She's
animal.
fearless. She is now Daredevil. What is your fear?
Ginormous carnivore animals. There you go. Anything that's giant and a meat eater.
Big animals that'll eat me.
Yes, exactly.
Heather?
See, this is a tough one because I'm the type of person, like, if I ran into that grizzly bear you're talking about, I would be like, hey, buddy, how's it going? And then, like, get my arm eaten. But, like, I wouldn't even care about it. I would be like, oh, you're just a little hungry. Let me assist you finding some food.
No, you were scared of a fox one night. We're outside. I
don't like when I don't know what an animal is and it's running. I thought it was running towards us. I'm scared of rabid animals. But the fox wasn't rabid, but typically, if you see an animal and it's not scared of you, like, that's a bad sign.
Right, oh, yeah.
That's not a good sign. But he wasn't coming towards us. He was, like,
darting the other way.
Avoid us and go to, like, on the other side of the house.
This fox, we're sitting outside, and a fox comes. We have, like, an old, like, wooden fence on the back of our house that we need to replace. But he came through a couple of the slats. Like, he ran through during the night. We had, like, a light on. We could see him. he ran through, and we were actually live on Instagram.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh my God! And then he ran practically behind us on the other side of the house.
Yeah, but like 10 feet over or
Oh,
something.
it freaked me out. So this question, I'm afraid of everything when it comes to animals. I'm afraid of bugs. I do not like any bugs. I am terrified of them. I am not terrified of spiders. However, if it was big enough, I probably would be terrified of that.
You know what? I lied. Snakes freak me out. And I think they're beautiful. I think they're very pretty. And I think they're very interesting. But those things, you never know what they're doing. They don't have legs and they just do this. Ooh. There's something, like, not good about them. And I don't know what it is. But I think they're beautiful. I just don't want one coming at me.
I saw a grasshopper on the... It was a big grasshopper, too. I mean, he was like this big. No, actually, he was like this big. And he was on our fence. I ran like the dickens. I think I jumped over the fence.
How big was it?
He was about this big. And he was sitting there. He was like attached to the fence. He's like looking at me. And I was like, oh, God. I ran. I was mowing the lawn. And then I just pushed it. And I ran. I felt like if I pushed it at him, it might scare him. But I came back. He was still there. He didn't run.
No, he doesn't care.
No, he didn't.
He said,
you know what he did?
BA.
I saw him. His little hand came up and he gave me like a little middle finger. I was like, oh, that son of a bee. I can't believe he just gave me a finger.
Chris is really weird about bugs. There was one night, I think bugs are fascinating. I always have since I was a little kid. I would actually like build these weird homes for bugs.
I did that as a kid too. I don't know what happened.
Oh no, I went into like the wood pile. You know the wood that like if you touch it, it sort of disintegrates?
Sure.
There's these big beetles. They're about this big. And they have these giant pinchers, and they make this really weird sound.
Is it pinchers or pincers?
I think it's pincers, but I say pinchers.
Okay, gotcha.
They pinch.
Okay.
But I would collect those with my bare hands and put them in these little houses that I made of mulch. Because we had like the fat but flat. They were like this thick, but like rectangular pieces of mulch, and I would just build houses for them.
That is so sweet of you.
Yeah. But anyway, there was one night, it was about 2 summers ago, I think, we had a lotus out front. And it was like shedding its shell to become like the winged version of itself. I don't know the difference.
It was going through its evolution?
Or whatever.
Like a Pokemon.
Yeah.
It turned into a Blastoise. It was weird.
I was watching it like shed its weird skin, because the cicadas, they're like these little beetle-looking things that are sort of hunched over.
I don't like them
and
at all. I don't like the noises they make.
Out of them,
nothing. No, don't want.
And they have these wings that like unravel. It was really cool to watch. I mean, it took like an hour or two for it to do that, but I mean, I would periodically check on it. It was really neat.
Little miniature story. The craziest thing ever. Heather had a bedroom window in her dad's house that it was weird. She can explain it better than I can. But it was like a window pane within another window pane, but there was like a way to get in through that window pane.
When you have a window, when you're on the inside, it's the window that you pull up and down, but then you can have a screen, and then some windows will have a second pane of glass.
Right, exactly.
But my dad somehow had them lifted, and these bats would like cling to the screen, and they would sleep in there.
Heather would open her window. She sent me a video one time. She would open like her window, like the drapes or whatever, and there would be just bats all inside of it, like hanging upside down sleeping.
Yeah, it was wild.
It was so...
Huh?
Bats are adorable.
They really are. They're dirty as hell. They are really filthy. Oh my gosh, they are I remember like seeing little bugs and stuff crawl. I think they get like lice or something, or fleas. But they are adorable. I remember there was one, it had to have been a mama bat, but she was about this big, and then she had a baby under her wing that was like this big. It was teeny tiny. It had to have been about an inch tall.
Wow.
It was so cute. But it was really neat.
I have a praying mantis as a pet, actually.
Praying mantises are neat.
They freaked me out. We had one on the front door at work, and I took the back door instead. I walked around it made me walk around the entire building. I was so upset. I got my exercise in that day, though.
Good.
So that was the 3 questions of the night. How'd you like them? Were they great? Were they bad? Were they horrible? I picked them.
Yeah, they weren't as good as mine, but it was
Isn't the saying there are no stupid questions?
Yeah.
Only stupid answers.
Just stupid people. And look at me. So, You are the Funko collector. So how did you get tied into YouTube? Is it, you mentioned earlier, is it because you started it literally because your family is, you don't keep in touch with them and they can go back and watch your content? Is that how it started?
Well, not even just my family. Just I mean, I did watch, like, I watched Franklin. Actually, I watched you guys on my other account before I like started this account.
Oh, okay.
But I would just watch other Funko. But again, it wasn't just Funko. I didn't. My channel isn't just Funko either. I have like Dollar Tree hauls, and you know, I'm a penny pincher because I'm a mom of 4. So
Oh, wow.
I have videos like that too, and like where to go and save money and clearance hauls on toys and stuff like that. So
Awesome.
I just watched a bunch of other YouTubers, and I know this sounds like terrible to say, but I like to talk. You know what I mean? You like to talk. And, you know, there's only so much my husband can hear me, you know, blabbering. So I was like, screw it. I'm going to start a YouTube channel and, you know, film myself talking about, you know, stuff.
I honestly am intrigued and want to go watch your dollar store haul. I'm not even joking. I want to see that. Is it you go there and you get? Are you getting stuff on sale, or like how is that working? Or are you just saying your haul? You're just going there and buying stuff.
You just go in there and you're buying what you buy, and there's a lot of dollar store haulers on YouTube actually. A lot of them being moms. Okay. And you know, I go there for my shampoos, my conditioners, body washes. You can get name brand stuff there too for $1.
Wow, that's not bad at all.
I got all these little foam things too. All the stuff. These picture frames are from the dollar store.
What? Really?
Yep.
Holy crap! That's pretty good.
Awesome.
Yeah, I literally
stickers, attach the pop protectors to the wall and stuck the pops in them. I saw that on Pinterest.
Oh, that's cool. I've literally go to the dollar store for one reason only.
What's that?
Wrapping paper.
No, never buy wrapping.
That would be
paper
the
at
only
dollar
reason why I would go.
Cards are good at the dollar store. A lot of times they have 2 for $1. Or just $1 instead of like $5. That's ridiculous. Tissue paper and bags are okay, but the actual wrapping paper, no. Always get
Heather.
that. Huh?
You're right, Heather.
Yeah, they give
It's
you
too
like.
thin.
It is. It's
And
too
you put a
thin.
box on it, you'll flip it over, and then the corner just rips. It's not a good deal.
Yeah,
and there's not much on a roll at the
No.
dollar store.
There's only enough to wrap one small box. You can wrap like your grandmother a necklace or something in it, and that's it. It'll wrap something.
How
this
much
big.
do you have to say before I'm continue to be wrong? I mean, I know I'm wrong now.
You're very wrong. Go if you want Christmas wrapping paper. Go the day or the week after Christmas, 50 to like 90% off, to like a Michael's or Walmart or wherever. Don't go to the dollar store. That's stupid.
Well, I don't now. I have you. You go out and buy all of our wrapping paper.
I know.
It's brilliant how that all works.
I think every holiday since we got
I feel
this
me
bag-
and Heather could be best friends. I'm just saying.
we could be.
Yeah, you probably could be.
We're both really smart. We're both really pretty. And we both like to save money.
Yeah.
Boom! Done! Hold on.
Boom.
Oh, and we like The Walking Dead.
That's
Oh yeah. It just happened. Do you feel it? I felt it.
Heather, you stood on your soapbox and you just explained all the reasons why. And I think that was lovely. That was beautiful of you.
I think so too.
I love that you guys have become best friends right in front of me. I will let you know I am a little bummed out. I was sort of left out on this, but that's okay. It's good. Girl power is a good thing.
Yeah, girls rule, boys drool, so that's all. That's all I wanted to say.
I'm glad you got that in there. Good for you, Heather. So you collect Marvel, Walking Dead, and horror. Do you ever go outside of that realm? Do you buy anything at random sometimes? I mean, how does that work for you?
Yeah. I mean, like I got like Prince. I love John Wick, so I have the John Wick pop, and I have some of the Gargoyles line because I love that cartoon. I used to watch that all the time.
Yes.
Batman animated series. I don't have any of those pops, but I would totally get those.
Those are sweet pops. I really happen to like them. I'm not a huge DC fan, but I love that cartoon.
Yeah, I'm not a huge DC fan. Wonder Woman, I'm a huge fan of, and I think honestly that was the only good DC movie.
Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah, right? Okay. So I'm not alone on that.
Yep.
But the only DC pops that I have are a 3-pack of Wonder Woman, and I have the Batman Who Laughs because I have those comics and they're really, really dark. I like them. I know you're not a DC fan or a comic fan, but if you get a chance to read that story, do it. It's good.
Okay, I'll take you up on that. I'll totally take you up on that. Yeah, I don't think we have one single DC Funko Pop. Oh, we do. We have the red Batman because we bought the Christmas box.
No, we have the Two-Faced Orbs, and we also have the Harley Quinn Joker 2-pack. That is now a Harley.
It's us now.
A Heather Quinn.
Chris, funny Joker Chris. I don't know.
Something like that.
I don't know. We'll sit here all night trying to come up with a name.
They're now going on one of our tables at our reception.
That's right.
Yes.
Which we have to finish because I don't know if a lot of you guys realize we get married in like 2 months from right now.
2 months from 2 days from now.
Yeah. 2 days.
Early congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you guys? I know you're not gonna like live stream it and all that, and I get it, Heather. It's your day.
Thank you.
I get it.
Thank you.
But will you at least like I don't know post like the centerpieces or like at least
we'll post a lot.
vlog a little of it? So
for sure, yeah, we're definitely gonna show off a good amount of it. But I just don't like the idea of live streaming it. Yeah,
let's not get back in that conversation because it's going to take a really weird turn.
There was a really awkward moment that happened at another wedding I went to, and it was posted on Facebook. But the person who posted it could have like altered it so that like this part was cut out, but they didn't and they left it in, which honestly I thought was hilarious because the girl for whatever reason all night was like giving me like a death stare. So it's sort of funny to me, but it's a video of everyone dancing and having fun, and then all of a sudden this girl just like completely like falls down, and then
slips and falls.
Yes,
down.
and then her boyfriend like helps her up, and instead of like accepting his help, she like slaps his arm away or something.
Really?
Yeah, you saw
she's
this
embarrassed.
video. You saw this video.
Look at an open bar.
Oh, you're talking about my sister's wedding.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I wasn't trying to go into detail.
Yeah, she was very embarrassed. I mean, I don't know.
I would be embarrassed too, but I didn't like the way she was like.
Yeah, you shouldn't react that way where you slap somebody away from helping you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like complete wrong thing to do.
Yeah. No, but the fact that she like I don't want anyone
her leg gave out.
That is going to our wedding to be embarrassed. Mostly that.
Meaning you don't want it to be live because you don't want anybody to do something stupid and be caught on film.
Yeah, I want everyone to feel comfortable and laid back.
I understand that.
I feel like that's hard to do with a camera around.
I got you. I totally got you. I totally got you, Heather.
But
yeah, so it's not that far away.
We will be sharing some videos. I actually have some videos on my phone of like pre-wedding stuff. That's really awesome.
Okay.
And it's going to be cute and it's going to be fun. I'm really excited to share that with everybody. But it's sort of a surprise even to like most of our family.
Right.
And I don't think maybe like 3 or 4 of our friends now.
Yeah. So, no, it's gonna be fun. We have a lot of
cool.
we have a lot of surprises. Just like right here on this channel, we have a lot of surprises for our family and friends. It's gonna be really, really cool. I can't wait. So what was I getting at? Do you go on a lot of hunts for Funko Pops?
I do, yeah. We hardly ever order anything like from the Funko pop-up shop or online. We usually go out. Although me and hubby, we're more like if it's something Hot Topic has that's exclusive or something like that, yeah, I'll go look for it. But we hardly go to malls, or we hardly even go to like. I mean, we went to Target Con, got this guy.
Oh, awesome!
And this guy.
Yes.
But we like to go to like mom and pop comic book shops.
Okay.
And shop there. The vibe is cooler. Scenery's cooler. Also, I just think you should support, smaller businesses.
I agree. Couldn't agree more.
And also, you can go to one of them and find pops that you can't even, find online on eBay that you're trying to find just sitting on a shelf at like ridiculously low prices. So
yes. Yeah, a lot of people do find some luck when they go inside of some of these local comic book shops and all that. We don't really have that much luck. Sometimes we go to flea markets, or I will. Heather works on Saturday morning, so my son and I will go out and run around and do stuff. But we'll go to flea markets, and sometimes we'll come across something kind of cool. But we don't hunt that much anymore. I mean, we did Target Con, what was it, this past Friday? But we don't actually go out and actively hunt like we used to. I don't know, and I don't know why. It isn't like we're ever looking for anything specific. Maybe if something really big comes out that we want, maybe we will.
Well, that Phoenix that's going to be at Hot Topic, I know Chris is going to have me on that.
Well, the problem is that I don't consider that hunting, right? Because you're standing in line at Hot Topic for it. Mm-hmm. That's not really hunting. Hunting to me is you go to Barnes & Noble and you start throwing their pops around a little bit or moving their pops around a little bit and you find a chase.
Yeah. I actually found my first chase a couple weeks ago in a long time. First chase in a long time, not first chase ever.
Right. Where? Michael's, wasn't it?
Joanne Fabrics. I got a Dilophosaurus chase.
Do you ever find chases while you're out?
Yeah, we have really good luck at Walgreens, if you could believe it. I know a lot of people say, like, oh, it's true. There's a, like, Walgreens box monster that just destroys boxes there. But our first chases, we got the Georgie chase from It and the Invisible Man chase.
Wow.
Yeah, so we got those. Oh, and the Catwoman DC Bombshell chase was from Walgreens too. So cool. 3 of our 5 chases were from there.
Awesome.
Wow. Yeah, our Walgreens I think has the same stock currently as they did in 2015.
Yeah. So they have the little snowman from Frozen, and they have a little Batman Dorbs and a Wolverine Dorbs or something.
The one closest to our house now has 4 or 5 Negan Dorbs because I returned them to that Walgreens because I ordered 10 or 12 of those things trying to get a chase, and I got one chase out of all of those
Right,
Negans.
I remember, yeah.
And then I just returned the rest.
Yeah. I know, and that's the sad part. I just... Hunting used to be going out to the stores on a Saturday morning and finding something cool, but it doesn't work out that way anymore. I don't know. Hunting's different nowadays, especially within the last couple of years. So anyway, tell us what's coming up on your channel. Are you working on anything big? Is there something big coming up soon?
Well, I'm almost at 1,500 subscribers, so I will be doing a giveaway when that happens.
Awesome.
I'm not really sure what, but something.
Cool.
Other than that, I just, vlog or film things I recently bought or purchased. There will be a video coming up on this guy soon. I just got him.
Oh, cool.
He's amazing.
You mean this guy
He's
right here?
The best Jason. Yes, he's the best Jason.
I love his fire.
Yes. And I just, randomness, complete randomness. I do live stream most Fridays and Sundays. Sundays after The Walking Dead, and we talk about The Walking Dead.
Ooh,
cool.
So you're like Chris Hardwick, but in lady form.
I let people watch The Talking Dead too, and then we talk about it more.
That's awesome.
Awesome. That's really cool. That's a good idea.
About 10 p.m. Fridays and Sundays, I just go live. I'm thinking about starting to have, I don't want to call them guests, because everybody, watches me, or we're, friends, so having people on with me and just, talking nerdy.
Yeah, that's awesome. That awesome. It makes it more fun than sitting there and talking to the audience through a chat. It's fun to sit around like we're doing right now. It's fun. We really enjoy doing these interviews and things. If we even we just call them interviews. I mean, they're really just hangout sessions. But we love doing this. It's great. Yeah. So, so we'll look forward to your new content coming up, and we'll try to do what we can to get you to hit that 1,500, because you very well deserve that. And we'll keep looking out. You guys need to go and subscribe over to Lady Dazed YouTube channel, and go and check her out on Instagram. Now, your Instagram is a little different, because earlier I'm trying to look for you, but it's like an X Lady
X Dazed. X.
Yeah. So it like took me a second to find it. Do you remember? Can we type it out here? Do you have it? Yeah, type it out. Heather's gonna type it out. That way we people can go and check you out on Insta. Go right there on Instagram, check her out, and follow her. Give her a follow. Give her a subscribe. That would be awesome. Lady Dazed, thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, this is great. Like I said, in a couple months, we'll probably have a lot of guests that we've had on so far back, and then just have a big chat session with everybody all at the same time. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Help you if you need anybody.
You got it.
I'm a friend.
You got it. And then you and Heather can continue growing that girlfriend relationship. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Girlfriend.
Yeah, you guys are girlfriends.
Girlfriend.
Why are you giving me that? What are you trying to say? Don't make this weird, Heather.
Oh my.
Heather, don't make this weird. Thank you. We're going to disconnect now. We're going to talk to these guys for a little bit, and then we're going to get off because we have to go watch Walking Dead 2. We have to get ready. We have to get our popcorn, our drinks.
I understand. Bye, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Thank
Goodbye.
you so much. Good night.
All right. Well, that was a lot of fun. It was good having her. We had a lot of fun tonight. And, oh, what's going on? I'm hearing noises. I don't know where the noise is coming from. Is it coming from me? I'm tired. So last night I could not sleep. For whatever reason, I could not sleep because I don't know if it was like the heat was too high up in the house.
It wasn't.
I don't know. I was dying last night.
It was at 69 degrees.
But I got caught up watching this show on Netflix. It's a documentary called The Staircase? Staircase. And it's about this guy who his wife dies by, he says, falling down the stairs, but then prosecutors are saying that he killed his wife. So it's like this back and forth cat and mouse kind of thing, and it is so ridiculous. Like just what happens in this documentary.
Yeah.
It like has you going one way or the other the entire time. And last night I decided to watch an episode of it, and it turned into like 4 episodes. Now I only have 3 left.
I woke up at like 3:30 in the morning to pee because I do that a lot, and he was up.
I was up watching
it.
Yes.
And I was like, well, what's happening? And he was like, oh, well, this is what happened. And I was like, what? And then I tried to stay up, but I couldn't.
Heather passed right out. She's like, oh, what are you watching? Oh, wow, that's interesting. And I was like, yeah, it is really interesting. And she goes, well, see you later. Out. Boom. Gone. That was it. Heather out. Left me alone. Again. Once again. She falls asleep every night. I can't watch anything with her. I'm like, oh, what did you think about this? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Oh, I didn't finish it last night. I passed out. I'm like, oh. You're always like, even Walking Dead, you wait until the very next day and then you watch it.
Well, no, I like to watch it the night of, but he always wants to watch it in bed. We used to do it where we would watch it on the couch. I love
watching it in bed. It's just nice.
We would watch it on the couch, so when I'm sitting up, I'm like, good, but in bed, man, I just fall
Everything's
asleep.
better in bed. Food, blankets, stretching out. Video game playing is better in bed. Something else that I can't say. Everything's better in bed, in my opinion. You ever had breakfast in bed?
No, because I'm always the one making breakfast.
You tried to bring me breakfast in bed one time.
I try to bring you breakfast in bed all the time, but you say, no, I'm gonna come out.
That's not bad. You're doing okay with that. I really appreciate you doing that, by the way. It means a lot to me.
What?
The breakfast in bed stuff.
Thanks. You never eat it in there, though.
It's always nice to have a little sausage while in the bed in the morning.
See what you did there? I'm gonna try not to laugh, because I know that would give you some sort of weird satisfaction.
I can see you fighting it. She's fighting it hard. Look at her face. Stare at her. My little brontosaurus. I love her so much. Guys, thank you for tuning in and being here with us. I just have zero energy. I don't know how else to tell you. I'm just really out of it right now. I'm really out of it. I'm tired. I'm gonna fall asleep. Thank you, Corey. I am. Maybe I am. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with me. What's happening to me? I didn't sleep very good. And now I'm all screwed up. I don't know what I'm doing. We will be back on Wednesday to hang out with you guys and party it up as usual. Heather's getting the t-shirt and all that stuff kind of ramped up and ready to go. We have the stickers that we're going to have. We keep telling you all this stuff. I'm just repeating everything you already know. I will bring her breakfast in bed. I promise you I will.
Never happening.
It might be a granola bar, but that's breakfast. Okay?
No, that's not breakfast. I need eggs and bacon.
She is obsessed with
pancakes.
eggs. I've never seen anybody have to have eggs every day. We go through the big egg trays, the 18 eggs. We go through one of those in like 2 or 3 days.
Not 2 or 3
Oh,
days.
it's 2 or 3 days.
No.
She goes crazy with the eggs. It never ends with the eggs. Eggs, eggs, eggs.
I like eggs.
Eggs. Can we
You
go
can
like?
eat them so many different
can we go
ways.
like just chill out for a little while? I'm tired. Can you close this show down tonight?
I don't know how to do that.
I'm tired. Can you close it out?
You sort of have like weird smell to you.
Yeah. Well, you smell like farts all day. Okay. And I haven't said a word.
Oh my god, that was so funny last night. What was the question? What was the question that started it? I don't remember how we got here, but Max asked Chris. Chris's son asked Chris. He said,
Why are we doing this?
"Daddy, what's your favorite smell?" And Chris said, "Heather." And Max was like, "You mean you like the smell of farts?"
I forgot about that. Yeah, he
It
did.
was the best thing in the whole world. Because Chris will spend all day telling me, like, oh, you smell like farts, like, just to be funny. And Max, just like...
You like the smell of farts?
I got owned by a 7-year-old. It was crazy.
It was the greatest thing ever.
It was the best.
We'll be back on Wednesday.
I loved it.
We'll have a new video posted. We actually received a Chris Hardwick from Talking Dead. I ordered one because they offered up the bloody one. And there's a chance to get a bloody one or you get a regular one. You're going to have to watch and find out if we got a bloody one.
You mean a signed one?
A signed one or yeah, a bloody one that's signed or not signed. I already told you. Can you close this out? I'm tired. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's like there's something wrong with me. There's something happening to me. I don't know what's going on. I might just pass out right. I don't like that. Don't. It's weird. So look out for that. Look out for that video. It's really good. I think.
Okay, guys. Well, we love you very much. I think Chris is serious about me closing this out.
No.
So...
Remember on Instagram to go and check out at Gastlecast. We have cool stuff happening.
Yes, and check out Lady Dazed X.
There's a lot of X's.
Yeah.
Triple X. There's triple X.
She has to be very like she's just difficult. I don't know what to tell you.
What else? Oh, right here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button.
Yeah,
and then
do that.
hit the little bell. And then go on Instagram and share that picture of me holding the book. Because we need 30 shares of that. I made it up in my mind that I wanted 30 shares. And then we can give the book away. And I want to give the book away. Can we just give the book away? Go and share it. Go on Instagram at Gastlecast.
Oh.
What are you doing?
I have control of the mouse.
No, Heather, you're going through all of our Wednesday stuff. What are you doing?
What did that do?
Oh my, Heather, what are you doing? Seriously, what's happening?
You put me in control.
No, can you just stop, please? Oh my God, I can't fall asleep. I can't fall asleep on the Gastlecast ever.
I'll ruin things.
You wanna
know?
Anyway, guys, thank you
wait,
for being here. We love
listen,
you so much.
I gotta tell you a secret. That was my way of making you close it out, because I don't know how. Did you
Guys,
like that?
we love you so much. Thank you for being here. I'm sorry I'm so tired. I'll be back Wednesday. I'll be so much more chipper. Chipper! Here's the outro. This is where you say, we hunt together and all that jazz, right? This is the time you do that. Then we can take a picture of it, and then I'll post a picture of it on Instagram, and it's going to be so awesome! So here we go. We're going to do this. Right? Say bye, Heather.
Bye.
We hunt together! Bye!